Hello guys, my name is GradeFX and today I'm going to present you my new FMR 5.0 2k17 edit. It is also updated, so if you downloaded it before, you can get the new version. So there will be shortcuts in the description which lead you to the exact spots in the video that you want to see, such as extruding, or you can see it inside the description. So first of all, we're going to start by downloading the rig. We go on this side, the link will be in the description, and yeah, we just press on tweet or share it with Facebook, or you can support me and buy it for €2. So we are going to press on tweet it out, just close it when we tweeted it and wait for a few seconds. Now we have to paste in our email, press on download, it is connecting, then it basically just has sent the download link to your inbox, and when you got it, it should look like this, and you click on download product. And 5 downloads left. Yeah, you can download it for 5 times, or if you create an Selfie account, you can download it for unlimited amount. Download, save it as, and put it on the desktop. So now we get this lib4d file, which we can simply drag into Cinema 4D, and we get this window. So right click, open, or double click on this. This is the rig. So the rig should work with every Cinema 4D version, but yeah, some functions may only work with R18 and above, so be sure to use the latest version. I'm using R18 for example. So we are getting introduced by the rig with those two annotations. So first of all, I can show you how you can disable them, but I will show you what it says. So we can click on this object here, and we go on the tab Notice, and there it says Introduction. You just remove this, and yeah, the annotations will be away. I'm just going to enable them for a second and read it out. Thank you for downloading my FMR 5.0 by XiFrost21 2k17 edit. It has a new structure and functions such as the Q commands, which have already been used by Anishwish in his new rig. If you ask, first check out all the videos on the rig on my YouTube channel, or write me on Twitter at GradeFX, and you can also go on my website, which is over here. And yeah, basically we get to the rig again, and here you have those 3 tabs. Notice, which is the same text like here. Tutorials, if you go on this side, there should be all upcoming tutorials and this tutorial linked, and contact, how you can contact me. So yeah, we start right with this annotation. Select me and press Q on your keyboard to unlock other features. We press on it and we get this menu, which is the Subdivisions menu, but we simply press Q on our keyboard, and if everything worked fine, we should get those 3 menus. Yeah. If it didn't work for you, just go to Window, Customization, Customize Comments, or simply press Shift F12. So we get this window, and on the name filter we search for toggle parent generator. This is the command that we want to use, and just go shortcut and press Q. I'm just going to delete it. Shortcut Q and assign. So now we assigned the shortcut Q to this command. Then we can close it, and yeah, as you can see, controller, deformer, and subdivisions. For now we can just simply turn off the introduction mode. I think I will continue with those 3 menus in a while. I'll just start with the main menus that are included in the in the original version of the FMR 5 rig. So first of all, under options we get to change the name of the rig, which is pretty neat. You can just change it to everything that you want, so it doesn't interfere when you got more rigs in one scene with the layers. They also change its name. Yeah. So I'm just going to name it test. As you can see, it is already renamed over here and in the layers as well. Now the scale and the head scale. Now we can change the skin. Ambient lighting, this is new, so we can render it out for a second and we see it's just the skin without a Lightroom and so on. If I turn on ambient lighting, in the viewport we will see nothing, but if we render it out we will get this nice lighting from behind. Yeah, and here we can simply change the intensity. Yeah, I will turn it off for a second and move on. This is all the other versions. I just fixed a bit of the fingers with subdivisions, but nothing special yet. Here we get to see the feet. Yeah, these are the old feet inside the normal version. As you can see, it's just here a bit deformed, but we can switch it to the new feet, which are more smooth, and yeah, this bend looks more clean. And of course no feet. I'll just go with new feet and move on. So as you can see, we got those new pupil textures. Here you can just change the colors. And yeah, single eyes and double eyes. Additional face controllers, those are new too. You can turn them off or turn them on, then you can play with those to create more expressions with the face. Now let's move on to the pupils. We got single, double, custom 1 and custom 2. Custom 1 and 2 are simply this texture. You can put in every picture, but it doesn't look that good when you put a random picture in it. I would go with this pupil as already put in. So yeah, then we also have pupil reflection. As you can see here, this reflection, you can turn it off, and the intensity. Now we get to the pupil glitter. Yeah, you have the choice between style 1, style 2 and style 3, or simply off. I like style 1, but yeah, we can also turn on and off the reflection for the pupils, for the glitter, sorry, and we can turn on luminance. Yeah. Oh yeah, a bit new things at the eyebrows. Female, male and off. Male, you have those new features like the scaling and yeah, the scaling and those controllers. Yeah. Now let's move on. Here we got the other body parts, but I would recommend leaving them off, especially the head second layer, because we can extrude another one inside the rig. But if you don't want to extrude the hair, you can simply turn it on. And here of course you can change between Steve and Alex arms. So now let's go to the next tab, cape. I overworked the, yeah, I updated the cape a bit. So we have still the choice between fill color, which you can basically change over here. Then a gradient here, this gradient, you can make this black, move it around, and also change the angle of the cape, and texture. Yeah, we got this texture loaded in right now. And now we can go through the deformers, taper, displacer, wind 1, 2, 3, spear fry, bulk, stretch 1, stretch 2, rip, 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 rip. And yeah. And we can of course turn on the bend. This is new. You don't have like to put change some parameters for the bend. You can simply click on this when we turn it on again, on this circle, and can drag it around so that we can simply control the bend with this circle. And yeah, you got those functions with the Q command. In some places here, of course, we can, we can press Q and the Y scale of the cape will stay the same, just the bend. But when we turn it off again, you'll see the cape is getting stretched. Yeah. So yeah, we of course got dynamics in this cape. So let me just change the timeline and press play. So you now only see these wind effectors when you move around the rig. You see no dynamics, but when you turn on dynamics, you will see the cape is moving with the rig, which is pretty neat for animations. Well, the gravity doesn't make that much of a difference, and we got the wind. The wind doesn't work when you just turn it on over here. You get in the controller, it's a blue circle, and as more as you drag it out, you can see the wind effector is getting stronger. So I'll just put it over here and we can see the result, and yeah, I think it's pretty nice with this cape. So now I'm just turning off this cape and we can go on to armor and tools. I think armor and tools are pretty much the same. I did not change anything of armor and tools in this rig version. So now we can move on to the face controllers here. The controllers in the original version of the FMR 5 rig are a bit frustrating to click on because it are like those circles, and especially when you are in the extrude mode, when you want to extrude something, you can't really click on those circles. So now we got those polygon objects, and as well here some controllers for the head, eyes and mouth. Mouth is the same. Eyes, you can move this eye, and the head. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for those. Now we can go through to where we still got those. You can change the angle of the leg, and over here the wrist. So now we can get to the Subdivisions menu and begin with this introduction. The subdivision surface objects divide each polygon of the sub-objects with the values that you can set below. It makes everything smoother but takes a lot to render and can cause lags in the viewport. Yeah, you can ask me everything about the rig on my Twitter. Yeah, so we got those sharp and smooth bends. As you can see, when we move the controller of the hand, the arm has this sharp bend. So, and we can enable smooth and sharp. We can switch between them, and it works with everything in the rig. So now both legs and the arm, and as we switch it to sharp, everything is sharp again. Here you can set the subdivisions for the editor and the renderer. So yeah, we can have this overall switch which enables all subdivisions, and we can customize it over here. So for now on, let's go with on. As you can see, we got smooth smooth edges over here. Yeah, I show you how to edit the smooth edges with extrudings further on in the tutorial, but basically now I'm just showing how the subdivision surfaces work. So if we go to display and change it to garage shading and lines, you can see all cubes, and if we turn on the subdivisions for a moment, you see these are the only cubes, polygons that we can see. And when we turn on subdivisions again, you see when we turn or change the editor subdivisions to 0, nothing will be subdivided, and if we change it to 1, every polygon gets subdivided once. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, it gets subdivided in 4 other pieces. And if we turn it to 2, every polygon of those will be subdivided in 4 other pieces. So we go to 2, as you can see, this polygon should now have 4 polygons. Yeah, and it takes a lot to render when you change it to 5 or something. In the editor, this is basically when you see this here and render it out in the render view. This renderer will only affect the render to picture viewer version. So if we change it to 3 and maybe to 4, you will see it gets kind of laggy and it has a lot of polygons to calculate. So I'm just going with 2 and change the display mode again to garage shading. So now we are pretty much ready with this menu, and we can go on to the deformer. Yeah, here you can adjust the deformers. Each deformer can be customized. If you press Q, you can make the deformers visible. Yeah, we can start by enabling each deformer. As you can see, if we change it here, nothing will happen. We have to change the overall switch to on, and every deformer is turned on by default. And here you can simply turn it off or on. Yeah, on, off, and change the strength. You don't have to move between this -100% and +100%. You can also drag it out a lot more, but I don't know, it doesn't look that good. So I'm just going with 50%. Again, when we press Q in this menu, you can see all the deformers which are getting customized. Here you can see, yeah, it is now visible what you're doing with the parameters. So for example, as you can see, the deformer is moving with it. And yeah, we can press Q again and we made them invisible. Now we go on to the controller tab. You can customize the controllers. You can customize the colors of the controllers by changing the underlying parameters. You can hide the controllers by pressing Q. I think this is a neat feature, so if you made a really nice pose and you don't want to see all of those controllers, you can simply go on this tab and press Q, and now every controller is hidden. Here we can press Q again, and here you can customize the controllers. So first of all, as you can see, all of them are not invisible, but have a bit of transparency that you can see through the controllers. If you don't like that, you can simply turn off the X-ray, and now these are solid objects. I'm gonna just turn it on again, and here you can change between the garage shading and constant shading. I think you can see the difference better when we turn X-ray off. Now garage shading, you can see there is still shading, not everything is in the same color. If we turn constant shading on, you can see there is no shading. I don't know if you like that. We can turn X-ray on again. Yeah, it is personal opinion if you like it or not. I'm just going with garage shading, and here you can turn on the lines around the controllers and turn them off. So they are at the moment off, but we can turn them on. If you like that, you can basically just change between those settings. And here you can change the colors of all controllers. We got the main color, which is this tone here in the middle and so on. We can change it to blue, for example, but if you go with a more black color, you can see the controllers over here, so be sure to stay with a bright tone color. And yeah, then we can change the left color, maybe a bit like this, so you can see everything on the left side has changed to this color. And we can change the right color to maybe a green. Okay, nice. So now you customize the rig. You saw all customizations of the rig from now on, and we can continue. But yeah, I show you how to extrude with the rig and the subdivisions, of course, because that's a bit different. Yeah, I'm just turn off the subdivisions and restore the positions of the rig. So first of all, you want to go into the layers menu. In the layer manager, just press Shift F4 and you see it popping up over here, or you go from attributes to layers. So we need to disable the lock for those two layers, joints and body, and we can get back to attributes. I can simply just show it once. If we locked both of them again and go into the rig, you can see some of the objects are locked away, so you can't click on them. But when you turn on the lock again, off the lock, you can see those are accessible now. So we don't care about those objects, we care about the mesh. You can see all of the subdivision surfaces which are disabled at the moment, but we want to extrude the body first. So we click on it and see, subdivision surface point mesh body. We just press on the plus and we see this mesh body. We can enable, we can do that we only see this body by holding down V on our keyboard and dragging the mouse over here to viewport solo single, and we can stop holding down the V key. So now we can only see this body object. We can go to the polygon mode by pressing on this, and now we can select those polygons with the live selection over here, or select live selections. We press 9 on your keyboard. So now we can basically just select all of these polygons, but it is a bit we can make it faster if we press U and then L on our keyboard. We get the loop selections. So now we can select the whole loop of the polygons in a line. When we hold down Shift, we can select more than one polygon. When I just press down and twice, then we only get this, but when we hold down Shift, we can get all of those loops. So then we can go back to the live selection and hold Shift again and select those polygons again. Now those again, and we can deselect polygons with the we can deselect polygons if we hold down Control. So now I'll hold down Control and deselect those particles. Then we can press D on our keyboard to open up the Extrude menu, and we have to, at maximum angle, we have to put in a degree value above 90. So I'll just go with 91, and the offset will be around 1.5 centimeters, and press on New Transform. So now you see you get this weird polygon bugs that you can fix by first of all undoing it by pressing the over here or Control Z, and go back to the loop selection. Hold whenever you see those edges where it does not connect to another polygon on the other side, just be sure to deselect it for now. Press D again and New Transform. Then you can see nothing like this happened again, and we can just press on it and New Transform. So now we got, it looks like it is one piece, but it's just this piece and this piece. Yeah, so we are ready with the body, and we can hold V again and go to Tools and Modes and Viewport Solo off. Yeah, nice. So now we extrude this part of the body, and we can continue with this arm. So we again see this is the mesh arm. Hold down V, go to Viewport Solo Single, and go back into the polygon mode. Press UL, select those polygons and those. Press D, 1.5. So now we extrude this. So we can press V again and get to go to Viewport Solo off, and we can see everything again. With the both legs and the other arm, it's basically the same as here, but I will not show it at the moment because yeah, it's just the same. So now I will continue with the head. We close up this again and go under head. Then we see the extrusions, extrude head, extrusions in here. We see extrude mesh head and extrude mesh head. This is the head second layer, and this is the head. We go to this, hold down Alt to change both of those. So basically, if this is normal, nothing will happen. If this is on green, it will be visible for in the editor in the viewport mode, and if it's red, it will be not visible. Same as here. If it's on red, it will not be seen in the render port in the picture viewer. If you render it out to the picture viewer, so we just hold Alt and click on it, so both of them change at the moment immediately. Now we can enable this mode again, Viewport Solo Single, go to polygon mode, and first of all we have to delete all polygons that we don't want to extrude it and that cover up the face. When we select all of the polygons, we can basically just hit delete on our keyboard and delete those polygons. Then we can press Ctrl A, and we might also get those bugs again, so we can basically just deselect those two polygons and those two. Now we press D on our keyboard and make the offset to 2 centimeters. I don't know, you can change it how you want, and we press apply. We can select those two and press on New Transform. So now we got this head extruded, and we can turn off the solo mode again, and we can see the rig is extruded. But now when we turn on the subdivisions, you will notice that it fucks up the edges. It doesn't look that smooth, so now I'm going to show you how we can fix this. With the head it is pretty easy. We can go mesh head go on the edges mode, press Ctrl A, then we hit M and then R on our keyboard. We can set the subdivision surface weight. We can, for example, set it to 100. The subdivision surface will not affect the head. But we want a bit of smoothness, so we change it up to 80% and hit set. This looks good. So we got a few bugs over here. This is more complicating. We go to the point mode and select those points over here, those points over here, and those points. Go to MR and make it to 100, that we got those points intact over here. Then we go to the edges mode, select those, and MR again and make it to 100. So it looks like it is connected, but normally it is not connected, but we can make it look like it is connected. And we could make it on the other side, but I'm too lazy at the moment. So now we can move on to the arm. Yeah, that is pretty easy. Yeah, we were at mesh, arm right. So we can, for instance, turn off the controllers to get more flexible view of the mesh. Go to arm again and we can solo it out. Go back to edges mode. You can leave those pre-selected edges, but yeah, we can leave them. Go to the live selection, hold down shift and select those that are interfering with the where we got those bugs with the subdivisions, with the smoothness. And we also have to select all edges, not those edges, just the outer edges and those. When we select all of them, we can press MR on our keyboard again and set it to 100. Not 100, 80%. So set, and we can go back to the polygon mode, and as you can see, it looks not that sharp, but still some smoothness, but not this bugs like we had before. We can turn off the solo again and move on to the last part, the body. Yeah, we go back to solo, viewport solo, polygon, no, not polygon mode, edges mode. We got those pre-selected, and just select the other edges like before. So when we got all edges selected, we can press MR again on our keyboard and set the strength to 80%, and now you can see it looks nice, but this edge is interfering again, so we can basically just go back to the edges mode, body, and change those edges to 100%. Like this, and we go to the point mode and select those two and those two, MR again, and set it to 100. We can play a bit around. Yeah, 100 should work. We can play around with this edge again, MR, and yeah, it should look fine. So now we are basically ready. You can, oh yeah, we can turn off the solo, viewport solo again off. So now you can do it with the legs. It works the same with the legs and this other arm, but I'll just leave it like this. I think it's pretty nice with the subdivisions. Of course you can, yeah, of course you can turn the subdivisions off, and I'll just enable the controllers again. As you can see, everything works just fine with the subdivisions and the controllers. You can move them around, but if you don't like it, you can simply just turn off the subdivisions or turn it on and disable all of them and just enable it, for instance, for the fingers. Yeah, we can have a look at this. The fingers, those have subdivisions too. Yeah, If you want to, you can just enable it for them or the cape. It's personal. Yeah, you have to decide it for yourself if you like it, or if the client wants it like this, or I don't know. I think that is everything of this, and I hope you liked this tutorial. Basically, it's just representation of the rig, and yeah, have a nice day, goodbye.